My name is Michelle D. Garrett of Divas with a Purpose, and I hope you are having an amazing day. I am here to share 10 simple ways to plan a successful day in your personal and or professional life. These action steps will help you to be more focused, consistent, and strategic with your time and action so that you can do the things that you are called to do personally and professionally. The first thing is to get up earlier. I know that's not a favorite for many of us, but I'm not saying get up an entire hour earlier. Even if you can dedicate getting up an extra 5 or 10 minutes before everyone else in your house does, those extra 5 or 10 minutes will add up over time. And they also give you the opportunity to get a head start on your day and have a little bit of you time to be a little bit calm. Breathe in, breathe out before you start your day, no matter how hectic or unhectic it might be, okay? The next thing I want you to do is utilize the tools and resources that are available to you. Think about the different things that you use throughout your day on your phone, on your computer, even within your home. Many of us have smart devices. We have between Google Home or Alexa, Hub, all of those different things that we have in our home that sometimes we just use for entertainment. We can also use them to be more productive and help us to get a head start on things. They even have coffee makers that you can, I know, you see where my priorities are, right? But they have coffee makers that you can schedule the time for the coffee to be made. So something as simple as that saves you a few extra steps where you are not having to get up and go push the button to turn the coffee maker on. But those small things that sometimes we overlook and don't realize that they're adding extra minutes into our day make a big difference because those minutes do add up over time. Okay. The next thing is to do nightly brain dumps. So the night before you go to bed at night, just take a few minutes and list out all of the things that you need to do the next day. You can also use this time to just get rid of anything that's in your mind that may be weighing you down or that may be causing you frustration or even it's just in there. This could be something that you do in a bullet journal or a regular journal. And once you do that, you can take the time to kind of look over that list and see what it is that you're going to focus on the next day. Maybe put stars next to the top 3 or 5 things that have to get done. And put it away. You're done. So when you wake up the next morning, your to-do list is already done. And that's not something that you have to focus on. And you don't have to think about what are the things that you have to do. You can get up and get started with your day. Okay? The next thing is don't overbook yourself. We can't do all the things, okay? There are going to be some things that we're going to have to delegate, and there are going to be some things that we're just going to have to let go. I've shared before that I have 3 children, and if I let them, they would do all the things. But there's only one me. And to ensure that we are all being intentional with our time and also to ensure that we are able to really fully support one another, I had to make the decision that each of them could only do one thing at a time, one extracurricular activity. And so that enables us to be able to not have to zip and zoom all over the place. And then they are also able to support one another. So I don't have, one child over here in dance and then another child over here doing karate. So when we plan our time and our action, when we plan our time and our activities out, we make sure, and this is just a commitment that my family made because it was something that was important to us, but also at the time, we only had one vehicle. So we had to be very intentional with the way we were using our time. And once we realized how effective it was just something that we continued to incorporate throughout the years, even when we got a second vehicle. So don't overbook yourself. That also means buffering time between your appointments and your schedules. So you're not having to zip and zoom from place to place. One thing that I've also done is before I say yes to any new request that is going to make me have to be present, I make sure that I refer not only to my calendar, but thanks to Google Calendar, using your tools and your resources, I'm able to see my husband's calendar and I'm also able to see my oldest son's calendar as well. And so I can make sure that the things that I'm committing to, it doesn't overlap with something else that maybe I need to be at before I say yes, okay? Healthy habits. Make sure you're incorporating them in your day, okay? How does having healthy habits make me more successful, Michelle? How productive are you when you're down sick? How productive are you when a migraine is getting you down? How productive are you when you are feeling sluggish and tired and just not being your best self? I didn't think so. So by incorporating healthy habits within your day, it's going to help you be your best self. It's going to help you to be able to show up and show out in the way that you are supposed to do. So that includes getting exercise, drinking enough water, getting proper sleep, but also doing the health and wellness things that we need to do, like seeing our doctor and talking about any health problems that we may be experiencing so that they can help you with whatever changes that you need to make to your lifestyle. That may be medication. It may be, having a specific eating plan. That's something that I recently had to do, but just different things to help you be healthier and more and just better overall. Like from the inside out, we want to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Okay. Stay on task. That's my next tip. So often we try to multitask. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take the time to focus on what it is that you are working on. If this is your work time, this is something I tell my clients all the time. Work time is work time. Family time is family time. By incorporating that one simple rule, it will help you to really delegate your time, but also help you to be more focused and intentional with what it is that you're working on. So you know what? I'm supposed to stop working at 4:00. So at 3:30, I'm looking at the clock and it's like, okay, I've got 30 minutes. Let me see what I can knock out. I'm going to focus on this thing for the next 30 minutes. And then when that timer goes off, I'm done. I'm finished. I'm moving on to the next thing. Simple things like that will help you to be more intentional, because when you know, it's something like, think about when you have a time crunch. When you know you're working against the clock, you're like, oh, you find yourself being more intent on what it is that you're doing. You will be able to focus on it better. So make sure that you are staying on task and you're not getting easily distracted. And remove the things that distract you. If you find yourself checking your phone on a regular basis, put it across the room. If social media is something that is a time drag, log out. Like, no, don't just close out the browser. Completely log out. So even when you go and you type that URL in the website, it doesn't come up because you still have to log in. And your phone's across the room, so you're not checking the app on your phone. If there are certain alerts that get your attention, turn them off. You can, for most phones now, you can temporarily disable alerts. It's not something where you have to turn them off completely and then remember to go back and turn them on. Just mute your notifications for a certain period of time when it's a time period that you know that you have to be focused. Okay. The next thing is unplug. You see how I kind of ease us into that with putting the phone across the room? Take time to unplug, okay? When it's necessary and when it's needed. Know when you are starting to feel that technological drag, but also sometimes you may just need to unplug from people and things and just have some quiet time. It's okay to shut things down for a little bit and go outside and get some fresh air, take a walk, whatever it is you need to recenter and rebalance yourself, do that, okay? Rest. We need it. Okay, we need it. Make sure you are getting adequate sleep at night. If you're having problems with sleeping, again, make sure that you're talking to a medical professional so that they can help you determine the underlying causes and help you to find ways and solutions so that you can get better rest. But even during the day, if you find that you're getting tired, if you find that you just need to take a break, it's okay to take rest, because when you take the time to step away and regroup, refocus, and refresh yourself, you will come back re-energized and you will be able to be even more productive and successful in the things that you are working on, okay? Put routines in place that are going to set you up for success. So I'm a huge proponent of routines, and this is one of the things that I typically will talk to my clients about, especially ones that are making the transition from working outside of the home to working inside the home. When you were working outside the home, you would get up, You would, get ready for your day. You would get dressed. You would, if you had, your kids had to be dropped off or just taken to the bus stop or whatever, you would take them, you do whatever you needed to do with them. You would get in your car. You may have had your favorite song that you listened to or your favorite radio station. You would drive to work. Maybe you stopped for morning coffee. Once you got to work, you had your routine where you would go in there and you'd say hi, you'd talk. Maybe you weren't a morning person and you didn't do a lot of talking. But whatever it was, you had certain things that you did each and every single workday. And that routine, even though you didn't realize it was a routine maybe, is what kind of kicked your brain into gear to know that it was time to work. So now that you're working from home or working for yourself, even if you work outside your home, if you have a office that's not in your home, if you don't have a consistent routine to kind of check your brain and let it know that it's time to work, then it's going to be all over the place. So if you find yourself having difficulty with focusing and really settling down and getting to work when it's time for you to work in the day, look at creating a routine, something simple that you do each and every single day to let your mind know that it's time to start working, okay? And say no. That's my last tip. And it's my favorite tip because no is such a powerful word and it doesn't have to be explained. Learn to say no more to the things that don't bring you joy, to the things that really aren't necessary or needed, whether it's in your personal or professional life, and realize that when you're saying no to that other thing, you're saying yes to you. You're saying yes to you being happier. You're saying yes to you being more fulfilled. And you're saying yes to you saying, you know what? I'm going to take control and I am going to be intentional with having a successful day. I hope these tips have helped you. Make sure you connect with me on social media. On my Facebook page is Divas with a Purpose, and I would love to see you over there. Have a great one. Bye.